On this day in 1857, the United States Supreme Court delivered a landmark decision in the case of Dred Scott versus Sandford. Unlock the pages of history with On This Day, daily doses of captivating events from the past. Hit subscribe and join the journey through time. The ruling, a source of considerable controversy, held that individuals of African descent who were brought into the United States as slaves or their descendants were not considered citizens and therefore lacked the right to sue in federal courts. Chief Justice Roger B. Taney authored the majority opinion, asserting that the framers of the Constitution never intended for people of African descent to be included as citizens. This decision intensified tensions between the northern and southern states over the issue of slavery and further fueled the sectional discord that ultimately contributed to the outbreak of the Civil War. The Dred Scott decision is often regarded as one of the most infamous and divisive rulings in the history of the United States Supreme Court, shaping the course of American history and constitutional interpretation. On this day, in 1869, Russian chemist Dmitri Mendeleev presented the first periodic table to the Russian Chemical Society in St. Petersburg. Mendeleev's groundbreaking work organized the known chemical elements based on their atomic masses and properties, arranging them in a systematic way that revealed periodic patterns. Notably, he left gaps for elements that were yet to be discovered. Accurately predicting the properties of some of these missing elements, Mendeleev's periodic table laid the foundation for our modern understanding of the organization of the elements and proved instrumental in predicting the properties of undiscovered elements. His work was a milestone in the field of chemistry, providing a framework that significantly contributed to the development of the periodic law and subsequent advancements in the understanding of chemical relationships among elements. On this day, in 1967, Joseph Stalin's daughter, Svetlana Alliluyeva, made a significant and unexpected decision to defect to the United States. Seeking political asylum, Alliluyeva arrived in New York City, leaving behind the Soviet Union, where she was born and raised in the midst of her father's authoritarian regime. Her defection marked a highly publicized event during the Cold War, attracting international attention and sparking debates about the Soviet system. Alliluyeva's departure from the Soviet Union was motivated by a desire for personal freedom and a rejection of the political environment in her homeland. Her decision to embrace a new life in the United States had profound implications, symbolizing both the human cost of living under oppressive regimes and the complex personal choices individuals made during a tumultuous period in history. On this day, in 1984, an extraordinary event unfolded when a walkout at Cortonwood Colliery in Brampton Bierlow, South Yorkshire, marked the commencement of a major strike within the British coal mining industry. The strike was a response to the National Coal Board's announcement to close several coal mines, a decision that would lead to significant job losses and a profound impact on the mining communities. The walkout at Cortonwood Colliery was a catalyst, triggering a nationwide miners' strike that lasted for a year and became one of the longest and most contentious industrial disputes in British history. The strike had profound consequences for both the mining industry and the political landscape of the United Kingdom, as it unfolded against a backdrop of clashes between the National Union of Mine Workers and the government led by Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, ultimately shaping the course of labor relations and economic policy in the country. On this day, in 1987, the British ferry MS Herald of Free Enterprise tragically capsized shortly after leaving the Belgian port of Zeebrugge, resulting in one of the deadliest maritime disasters in the English Channel. The ferry, operated by Townsend Thoresen, had failed to properly close its bow doors before departure, leading to water flooding the car deck and causing the vessel to rapidly capsize. Within minutes, the Herald of Free Enterprise overturned, resulting in the loss of 193 lives out of the 539 passengers and crew on board. The disaster prompted a thorough investigation into safety procedures and protocols within the maritime industry, leading to significant changes in safety regulations for ferry operations. The incident served as a stark reminder of the importance of adherence to safety protocols and procedures in the maritime sector, and it remains a somber chapter in maritime history. Thanks for journeying through history with us on This Day. If you enjoyed the ride, hit subscribe and join us again tomorrow for more fascinating moments. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.